Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Majidullah Khan, Assistant Professor, Institute of Business Studies, Guwahati University of Science and Technology, Cohort. The subject is corporate governance and social responsibility, and today's topic is a brief history of corporate governance. Teaching agenda for today's lecture is corporate governance is a field of study, corporate issues, corporate tragedies due to poor governance in USA, corporate tragedy arising out of poor governance in UK. Corporate governance is a field of study. The corporate governance is a practice has existed for as long as companies have its existence. But corporate governance is a field of study gained significance only over the past 50 years. From mid 1970, there has been a lot of debate on this subject in both developed and developing nations. Broad effort to reforms corporate governance have been driven in the past at least by the need of the desire of shareholder to exercise their right of corporate ownership to increase the value of their shares. In first half 1990s, issues of corporate governance received considerable attention from print and electronic media in United States, and the wave of dismissal was aired on national and international televisions. These news gave rise to certain legislation. In 1992, the report of the Committee on Financial Aspect of Corporate Governance, Cadbury Report, was published in United Kingdom. The document is often described as a landmark in thinking on corporate governance. The report includes the Code of Best Practices, which has since been widely adopted by listed companies. It was followed by Manners Report in 1995. In 1998, United Kingdom issued a combined code of corporate governance. In 2003, the combined code was revised. In 1997, the East Asian financial crisis, such as Thailand, Indonesia, South Korea, Malaysia, were severely affected by exit of foreign capital. The lack of corporate governance mechanism in these countries highlighted the weaknesses in the institutions in their economies. Similarly, in early 2000s, corporate scandal of Enron, AOL, and blacklisting of Arthur Andersen firm, Tyco, etc. lead to increased shareholder involvement and trust in corporate governance. This is reflected the passage of Sarbanes-Oxley Act in 2002 in United States. In Pakistan, Security and Exchange Commission of Pakistan issued a code of corporate governance in 2002, which was subsequently revised in 2005. And recently, it is revised in 2012. Corporate issues in recent past. For the past 2 decades, the investment world has been large number of scandals relating to the companies which are attributed to the failure of corporate governance. These have been caused by combination of number of factors, principally 3 corporate sins that are greed, sloth, and fairness. All corporate scandals are due to the manager, sloth of the manager means to delay their effort to grab opportunity, and fear of taking a risk or calculated risk. Uh, there are also certain other things that could be considered as the issues in corporate governance or corporate issues. Earning is one of the prime yardstick for the managerial performance. Directors were not prepared to show low profit or loss. This led they to use unethical practices like creative accounting, falsification of books to increase or show a higher performance. Second is ineffective board played into the hand of executive director, approving improper financial statements and unfair corporate decisions are also passed by these ineffective board. Managerial perquisite and bonuses are disparity between in remuneration of high and low managers. Managers own or control the business. Managers control the businesses and divided themselves huge bonuses and stock options at the expense of shareholders. Long-term myopia means that the company is concentrated on short-term profits and showing higher current profit, often sacrificing the long-term objective of the companies. Auditor colluded with or failed to stop the executive director from using improper accounting policies. The process of this lost independence of the auditor. The auditor surrendered their independence for getting higher fee. So these are some corporate issues. Third is institutional investor pressures put a pressure on the executive director to increase the earning. This also worsens already bad situations because the manager first make a very attractive forecast and then try to meet these forecast earning or are showing a higher dividend in the future, but actual results are quite different and the manager miserably failed in achieving these attractive forecast. For this reason, the financial statements are misstated. And there is also one other issues in corporate world, that is small investor short-termism. Most small investor lost interest in a long-term investment and concentrated only on short-term gain through share price movement. Moving further, corporate strategies in United States. Over the recent past, large number of companies were investigated and their directors charged with governance related to offenses in the United States. Some of these were WorldCom. This is phone and telecommunication company using very old technique of using improper accounting policies to misallocate 3.8 billion in expense. It should be treated as an asset. It should be treated as an expense, but it was allocated to asset, thereby inflating the profit because the expense was shown as an asset at the balance sheet, not charging them as an expense, which inflate the financial statement and awarding huge bonuses to executive director. Its chairman also borrowed $408 million from the company to cover personal debt. Adelphia Communication Company made illegal loan to found Regas family members and was investigated for accounting malpractices. Enron was a big scandal. It was an energy company who created outside partnership that helped to hide its poor financial condition. It's regularly misstated its earning and assets using a web of subsidiary and associate company for this purpose. Executives paid themselves huge bonuses and also earned millions of dollars selling the company's share and were given to them through away prices as a part of their remuneration packages. The company eventually bank become a bankrupt. Waste management company. The garbage management company misstated its earning by $17 billion over 6 years. Its directors were ultimately sued for accounting fraud. Tyco. The chief executive of the company, Denis Kozlovsky, was charged with deliberately dodging sale tax on purchase of artwork for his personal residence, routing it through company book. Peregrine System. This Southern California software company overstated revenue by 100 million over 3 year periods. In Clone System, the chief executive of this company, Samuel Vauxhall, was charged with insider trading after the company's drug application got rejected. Rite Aid. 3 executives of this drugstore chain were indicted for charges relating to security and accounting fraud in 1990s. Corporate tragedies in UK. The number of companies were investigated and their director charged with governance related to offence in the UK. Some of these were BCCI, Baring Banks, Mirror Group of Newspaper, Polypack International. BCCI, this bank is often cited as a major example of governance failure. Its management accused of creating complex and web of entities, thereby evading ordinary legal restriction on the movement of capital and good as a matter of operational routine. While there is a school of thought that honestly believe that BCCI was punished for being such a hugely successful non-Western and non-Jewish international bank, there is little doubt about improperness of various tactics used by the bank top management for achieving that level of success. Baring Banks. The top management of this bank failed completely in its internal control. A single employee caused loss. A single employee caused loss of $1.4 billion in stock trading. The bank was 233-year history and considered one of the Britain-based merchant bank. Eventually had to close its operation in Singapore. Mirror Group of Newspaper. Robert Maxwell, born in Czechoslovakia, became a neutralized British. He rose from extreme poverty to being a very influential businessman. His many investments included Mirror Group of Newspaper. He is presumed to have fallen overboard from his luxury yacht, which was cruising off the Canary Islands, and his body was subsequently found floating in the Atlantic Ocean. It was in October 1991 when the exposure of his frauds became inevitable. It was subsequently found that he had misappropriated hundreds of millions of pounds from his various companies, even from pension fund of Mirror Group. This group was declared bankrupt by his son. Polypack International. Polypack International. This company went from being a small firm with the market capitalization of just £300,000 to being a constituent of Financial Times Stock Exchange Index in less than 10 years, with the market value of over £1.7 billion. Its principal owner, Asil Nadir, set up or brought over 200 subsidiary companies in various parts of the world, including interest in Japanese companies, Sansui, but mostly in Turkey and Northern Cyprus. A large number of irregular payment to Cyprus companies were detected, totaling over 58 million pounds. Asil Nadir was formally charged with 7 counts of fraud when company collapsed in 1991. This all about today lecture. See you in a next lecture.